And we're bringing you Game 4 of this Best of 5 series between these two players on Entomb Valley this time. In the top right, we have the Blue Protoss playing for Team SK Telecom T1. He is parting. His opponent in the bottom left, he is playing for Team MVP, the red Terran player. He is MVP's Dream. Oh, too many clicks. Now we saw that Dream had just, again, with the constant pressure parting, on the other hand, was trying to switch into a Colossus tech as opposed to the Immortal tech he used in the previous game, which helped him very much. He only had one Colossus out at the time that, Dream attacked, and Dream was able to roll right over that whole force with great EMPs by his high ghost number, and they survived all the storms that parting was throwing down at the same time. He went for a very high AoE build as opposed to the high damage output that he kind of needed to defeat Dream's setup, especially with feedbacking those ghosts. Dream did such a good job the entire game sniping observers. I think at one time I counted 8 had been sniped, and that's a lot of lost observer time for parting, who's used to having map control. He's used to having full vision on everything. Dream going for that high ghost count really negated all of parting's tactics with the high Templar number, and the Colossus had no tanks for its energy, so not for its energy, for its damage. So it wasn't able to get as much damage done as it possibly could have. All of the zealots that were there, the really high number of zealots, were completely destroyed by the bioforces of Dream. We're gonna have to see which way these two players take it in this game. A gas earlier than we've seen in the last 2 games, I think, or first and third game from parting. So he might be trying to do something pretty similar to his old setup. Dream, on the other hand, seems to have knocked out all of parting's ideas except for that Immortal push. So we'll see if parting is able to reinforce with that Immortal push this fourth time around. And we don't see him taking another gas as of yet, so he probably won't be going for that early robotics facility that we've seen out of him in the second game on Ohana. And Dream, on the other hand, is doing his very standard type setup. He's going to go put down a CC on the low ground this time instead of on the high ground like he did on Cloud Kingdom and then lower it. He's going to be the one who takes a chance and puts down an expansion first. Parting in the first game put down the Nexus first, and it kind of cost him the game eventually because he just had lower production and he wasn't able to reinforce with his units as quickly as he really needed to. Dream had been able to pull his units away from the pylon, as I said in the last game, and really just do heavy damage to the Protoss player. Now we see that Dream is putting down his command center, as we've noticed that parting's going to drop a Nexus of his own. But both of these players are really, it seems like they're going for the longer game. Now, parting could do some very heavy 2-base timing attack. If we see him drop 5 or 6 gateways and just go for a huge amount of gateway pressure, that might actually tear Dream up. But Dream is going for that third command center, so he's really going eco heavy. If there were any kind of extra units coming across the map right now for parting, then he could really do some serious damage. But since Dream is sending out his own Marines to take that Zelnaga tower, then parting knows that there's really nothing coming in right now, and this continual barracks production from parting, plus with that, or from Dream, plus with that bunker coming down, he's going to be able to hold off whatever early pressure parting did, or was planning on doing. If there were two gateways and then the expansion, he might have been able to put on some serious pressure and actually knock out Dream before anything was able to be built like this bunker. And it looks like we're going to get a second orbital command already coming in. Three barracks, 3 command centers is a very greedy safe play. It gets you very high economy, but you still can hold off most early pushes. And yeah, MVP Dreams just seems to be a very mechanical type player. He's going in for those extra gas right now, so he's going to try to move up into medevacs ASAP while he saturates his second base, his naturals mineral line. Parting, on the other hand, has not dropped a robotics facility yet, so I'm actually curious as to what he's going to do. He's just spending all of his money on these sentries so that he can wall off this entire ramp if there is indeed a push coming across the map, but he knows there's nothing really coming across the map, especially because his probe has taken this Zelnaga watchtower, and this neutral depot is being tickled to death by all these sentries. The count is actually going pretty high, And we see that there are 3 more gateways coming down for Parting right now. They're actually kind of in a vulnerable spot if Dream ends up having any high ground vision. But as we talked about, he's putting down those 5 or 6 gateways. He might go up to 7, which is really all you can do for constant max production off of 2 full mineral lines as a Protoss player. I didn't know that until I heard it on the GSL, and it's pretty much just mathematically you can't keep producing off of 8 gateways, even with warp gates, if you don't have more than 2 bases completely full on the mineral line and with enough assimilators, I'm sure. So we're going to see that there is no forge coming down on Parting right now. He's just going to go for some heavy gateway pressure, it looks like, and he's going to do it pretty soon too, because we don't see that there's a robotics facility coming out of him either. So he's just going to keep using all of these sentries to put some serious pressure on the MVP player, who's dropping 2 more bunkers behind this, 3 more bunkers behind this, and if he gets enough of his own production out, he's going to be able to hold off whatever Parting throws at him. Even though he's got such a much lower supply right now, he's pulling SCVs already, and he's going to start trying to repair everything that's here. He's got supply depots blocking off all so that the Zealots can't get anywhere, and he's trying to repair these bunkers, but it's going to be completely tickled to death by those sentries and the stalkers, and the Zealots that are right here are all going to die relatively quickly, especially to the ones that are already in the bunker. Whatever force field that Parting put down, he held off just because of a high bunker count, and he's still got a huge amount of minerals right now, so he's going to try to come in for a side attack. He's going to put some units in these back bunkers and really be able to... You see that there's... Yeah, he sees that there's something happening here. He's already got his SCVs pulled. They're not mining right now, which is kind of a ding, but he's already supply blocked, so he's not going to be able to reinforce anyway. So Parting continues to warp in. He's going to try to use his natural choke against the Dream MVP player. But it looks like it's going to be used against him a little bit, especially with these force fields that are kind of helping Dream right now, because there are no Zealots that he has to fight against Parting, and that the sentries just don't do enough for Dream to really worry about them. So he's going to continue to warp in all these Zealots. It looks like there was a mistake on Parting's part that he didn't warp in those Zealots for that choke, and it looks like Dream's going to run back in. He's going to step back into these bunkers so he can really do some damage against the incoming forces. And now he's so far behind on the supply right now, even with all these SCVs off the map. The harvester count is well in Parting's favor, but MVP Dream looks very solid with this hold right here. He's continuing to back it up, and he's going to finally get some medevacs so he can heal all these units that are out on the map right here. Some warp in continually of these Zealots is going to be able to try for another push on Parting's part, but one more supply depot will completely negate all of the Zealots wanting to attack at this time. Parting faked like he's going home, but he's going to come in for another attack right here, and the force fields are pretty good on all of these units, just at least 1 per sentry, and but the high Marauder count is going to do some serious damage to the whatever units come in, because they do have concussive shell, and they're going to be able to do, or they don't have concussive shell, but they do have those high armor attack, and it looks like he's going for the Marines. He's got an SCV in there. He's going to go for the Marines in the bunkers as opposed to the Marauders in the bunkers, giving the Marines that extra range that the Marauders already have. And the supplies are starting to even up in Dream's favor. Parting behind this has put down 2 forges and the Templar Archive, so he's going to go for a bit more of a tech game. He's going to back it up. He's got a factory block on this nexus, and it looks like Parting is going to be very sad to see that it's there. He's going to have to send all his units over there to take out that factory. He was supply blocked from cleaning out these forward pylons of Parting, and he's not going to be able to. Not that he really needs to reinforce. There's nothing seriously going on in there, but he's already got a. Does he have an armory down? He does not have an armory down that I can see. So it looks like Dream is going to be the one who puts on pressure right now. He's going to be able to move up into this main area, but with enough of these sentries and the storms that are available by, actually not yet available, but in 50 in-game seconds and with a chrono boost, it's going to be even worse. He's going to block with the factory on the ground. Well, he's not going to be able to do it, especially because all of those units push forward. But he was able to force the cancel on his 3rd base, and Parting with a very slight supply lead, just because Dream's forgetting to put down some supply depots of his own. It looks like Parting is going to be stuck on 2 bases for now. He doesn't have enough to take out this factory in quick order, and Dream is going to do a little bit of a drop in the back here to try and pick off a number of these probes that are in the way. As he moves up to take his third base again, he's going to have to run home with a couple of his units while he's getting pressured in the front. And while great storms melting away at Dream's units, while he kills how many workers at home? Wow, 9 workers killed in the back there. And looks like this medevac was feedback and not going to be able to do any damage, but he's continuing to push forward. And you see how much damage he's doing against Parting's units. That extra stim really cost him all of those Marauders because the Zealots were able to push them up against his force field. There's a big probe transfer right back to the main base as Dream continues up his pressure. He's got no more units streaming across the map. He's got 1 Marauder coming across right now, and he's got no add-ons on these extra barracks. He's got 2 more medevacs coming across. It looks like this factory sees that there is going to be another base into 3rd, and it looks like Dream might go up there and try to snipe it off again, just to keep Parting on 2 bases and dwindling away on these minerals, while he regroups with this huge amount of forces coming across the map. He's still a little bit supply blocked because he just can't build anymore. And now Parting knows that there's going to be an attack on the 3rd, and he moves all of his units over there. But Dream is just waiting for a couple more reinforcements. The Archons are going to be doing some serious damage, especially if these force fields get to do what they want. But now there are concussive shells on these Marauders, and they're going to be able to slow whatever units come forward. Do a little bit of low ground as he comes forward to try to snipe off that Nexus and makes him run all the way back while he does a drop in the main behind the mineral line of the lower ground. He's just doing multi-pronged attacks everywhere. He's got a supply lead right now, and he's coming in with ghosts actually to really negate all of the shields of all of these units. I need to find new phrasing for that. He's continuing to reinforce the middle, and it looks like Parting is a little bit scared right now. He's not going to be able to do any kind of serious move out or even get to take his 3rd with Dream doing all of his constant pressure. Dream is going to be able to go up into that 3rd base and take it out if he really felt like he wanted to, even with all of these Zealots right here. With the higher number of upgrades that he's got going up for him right now, because he's kept, I guess the upgrades are still going for the Protoss player. Oh, he's sniping off a number of these gateways, just kill the production of SK-T1 Parting, and moving back into the banana choke. He's got 2 forces going right now. That is a hell of a amount of multitasking, being able to snipe 2 forces. Takes out that next one. He's got great EMP goes off on all of those sentries. The MVP player is going to be able to push forward with both of these and combine in the middle of the map. You see that there's going to be a great... Come on. I'm trying to make it... get rid of the console, but it works in my in-game. It doesn't work in replay for some reason. The drop goes on in the natural base, and it looks like Parting was able to hold that off while Dream has lost a lot of supply. He's going to try to go up to Dream's 3rd base, but Dream has a 4th already down, and it doesn't look like, excuse me for the shoddy camera work, it doesn't look like Parting knows that there is a 4th base right there, because the continued drop pressure is keeping Parting at home a little bit, and the supply, the SCV count is highly in favor of Dream right now. It's 68 to 55, so his income's a little bit better, especially with these mules that are on the ground, but it looks like Parting's going to be the one who pushes across the map right now. We're going to have some serious Zealot Archon play, especially with these upgrades that are on the map. Both players are at 2-2, but the Ghosts, as you can see, do 24 damage via light, and that's 6 shots with a single shot from a Marine that takes out a Zealot, as well as sniping. Just so powerful. He has to lift off his 4th base. Excuse me, I had to cough while off mic, I guess. And it looks like Parting is able to deny the 4th of Dream for just a little bit, but not before Dream is able to put it back down and start his own 3-3. A robotics facility finally comes out for Parting as he's going to get some observers to counteract the Ghosts that are on the map right now. He's going to continue to use those Ghosts to continue the EMP the sentries, which are slowly gaining back the energy that they have right now. The great micro of Parting, he's going to send off a side group of Zealots to try to snipe the 4th base once again, or he's going to check to see if there are no hidden bases by the Terran player and drop a hidden base of his own. far outside the Terran player's normal scouting paths, and if he's able to keep this up and going for a while without it being scouted, he's going to be able to have a very high amount of mineral income and a little bit more extra gas to continue the heavy amount of zealots and stalkers, and these zealots are going to actually, zealots and archons I mean, and the zealots are going to move forward into this planetary that finishes just in time, and all of these marines are stimming across the map to try to take out the really annoying zealots that are doing what they can, and there's going to be another factory block next to all of these Templar at the 4th base, which is going to be knocked out by all of the units that Parting has right now. It really sucks to cast while being sick, but it looks like Dream has spotted the 4th base. He's going to be able to go and take it out right away so that Parting does not have any kind of economic lead on him. If he sees the Observer, we've seen him. There it goes. He's got great vision. We've seen him snipe plenty of observers last game, and it's going to be very helpful to this game. Feedback's one of the ghosts, but if you feedback a ghost, there's plenty more ghosts behind that because he's continuing the production of them. And great storms, and then morph into an Archon right away. He's going to try to kill the Archon before he finishes morphing, and he is able to do so. Great storms on all of those lower HP units, but the ghost count is continuing to rise up. He's kind of looking like Maru Prime right now. He's realized that ghosts are a great use against Parting's units. They helped him in the last game, and they might help him in this game. He's taking quite a bit of supply lead right now. Parting is moving across the map and trying to do a bit of pressure on his own, but he knows that there's a 4th base down now for Dream, and his own 4th base is not actually mining all that much because he can't get enough probes over there, as it would be spotted by Dream. Dream probably knows that there's enough probes going on over there, and he's going to be able to intercept them right now with a bunch of these Marines and kill them off before they ever get to mining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 probes die before anything ever happens, and now there are DTs on the map. There are already missile turrets around, and it looks like the DTs are in the main of this planetary, and he's going to continue to save the planetary while he scans. He's waiting for a scan. He needs kind of or he's just waiting for the missile turret to finish. Oh wow, he EMP'd the Dark Templar, which negated their invisibility and completely destroyed them right away. That's a hell of a good play. More DTs are on the map right now, and it looks like there's only 1 Templar. Be wrong on that. There are 10 High Templar on the map right now, but they're not anywhere near this main fighting force. Where are they? They're all in that last base, but there's going to be a huge battle in the middle here. Great EMPs going off on everything. You can see that none of these units have any shields except for the 3 Archons that are far forward. They don't actually want Archons to be in the back of the fighting group. They could be able to snipe off a number of these sentries, and great storms are keeping MVP Dream from moving in. Even gets one of the medevacs, even continues EMPs on these units and knocking out a great amount of Parting's units, taking a hell of a supply lead right now with Dream is, and he can continue to pushing forward into the main and the 3rd base, and he's going to be able to knock out any of the tech that's coming in. Some desperate weapons from Dream, from Parting, and it's 60 supply down right now. He's not going to be able to do anything. 80 supply down right now. Parting has 58 probes right now, and there's so little army supply for the Protoss players, 13. And that's mostly at his other base up here. He's going to move across the map with these Templar. They're getting sniped, and they're getting picked off, and there's going to be 1 Archon left, and Parting is going to be knocked out of IEM Katowice. And that is amazing, as he played so well against his last Terran player, but Dream had him locked, loaded, and sniped away with all of these extra ghosts. So he takes the series 3-1 in this best of 5. We're going to move right into the finals right now between LGIM's first and MVP's Dream. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you soon. Cheers.